Good afternoon, doctor. My name is DeAndre Hill. I'm in your MGT412 class. I'm here to talk about the pre-employment issues that I face being a human resource specialist in the United States Army and the things that we go through when looking at somebody's resume or pre-background screenings. So, due to the convergence of technical breakthroughs, globalization, and the implementation of increasingly stringent government rules, the business environment has become extremely competitive. These issues necessitate businesses to implement various strategies to maintain their competitive edge. One of these is recruiting top talent. So, mostly what we do is we try to get the best person to fill the slot. I'm pretty sure you're aware of it, as employees are at the heart of the business operations. However, new employees bear a certain degree of risk like any other organization asset. That is a huge thing because if we look at somebody and they have a lot of discrepancies on their background, quote unquote, we call it, we have like something like a sheet that basically like lists everything that this person has done. We also look at their personnel records to see if they have had any administrative actions to see if they can hold a leadership position. All right, these tests unfortunately come with multiple risks, which can expose companies to various legal issues. In the Army, we have something called a Uniform Code of Military Justice. And if we know somebody is a repeat offender for something such as DUI or sexual assault, and we put them in a leadership position, we are aware that they can and will violate the rules of Uniform Code of Military Justice. So, consequently, this presentation will explore the legal assets or aspects of pre-employment testing and the potential consequences of background checks. All right, so the specific laws regulating screening pre-hires. So, like all aspects of company recruiting process, pre-employment testing is governed by federal hiring laws. All right, the uniform guidance of employees selection procedures, UGS&P, the most important legal standards related to testing and intended to ensure fairness and deter unfair hiring discrimination by providing imperative guidelines. So with us is we try to not look at, we have certain things blacked out on the person's like uh list or paper, their resume, which is like their race or anything like that, to or gender. Basically, we just have a rank and name. It's like, okay, all of these people can hold this position regardless of their rank name. And we just look at to see who's the better candidate, regardless of, to eliminate discrimination. So further, some of the specific laws that must be considered by employees concerning testing: the Civil Rights Act, Americans with Disability Act. So with us, we have a profile system, and if you have, for us, the State Brigade, Fort Campbell, home of the air assault, if you aren't air assault qualified, you cannot hold a leadership position. Sometimes you can, depending on if you have a disability, such as, you had leg surgery or anything preventing you from that. So the Age Discrimination Employment Act, we don't really have that. So recommendations on considerations of deciding whether or not to conduct investigation. So while employment tests are vital, several factors must be considered while determining whether or not to conduct these investigations. These include legal considerations. Before using pre-employment tests, employees must be informed of their many guidelines that govern the procedures, and if the tests they intend to use are contrary to these guidelines, they should abandon them. So if we know that we have a lot of people who have a profile and this is not the position that we're looking for, does not require somebody to be as physically fit, we will not have them perform a physical fitness test or APFT. It'd be unnecessary. So potential negative consequences of not conducting the background check or looking through someone's personal records. As failure to do background check might expose business to a variety of problems. Like I said before, this person's a repeated offender. They may hold the organization down, or they may commit act against someone or themselves. In particular, the Curler check uh, of 2019, uh, it is basically failing to do a background check on individual background checks might jeopardize the safety of other employments and concerns. For instance, foregoing criminal background checks can result in organizations employing individuals charged with sexual assault. We do have that. We have people who have had a sharp case, basically sexual harassment and or assault on their record, or somebody who has received an Article 15 or anything like that, like anything in their records at all. We have access to that as human resource specialists in the United States Army. And at the brigade level, which is the person who slides people for the positions, if they neglect the fact that this person has that, it could be bad. However, it is worth noting that when performing such investigation, it is crucial to examine how long passed since the conviction, since the issue. If they did it when they first got into the Army, we still look for that. And if nobody else has it, typically we're going to go with the other candidates. So aside from that, failing to complete background checks are culminant in negligent hiring. So basically, this is very bad. The type of testing to conduct on applicants. So a California-based digital startup has advised as human resource managers positions that demand the prospective employee to perform various activities requiring the various qualities and competencies. So basically, if you want to be a human resource manager or anything like that, like you need key attributes and competencies to be a good candidate. So the pre-employment tests that need to be considered. All right. So personality tests. These assesses traits such as dispositions, psychological adjustments, preferences, interpersonal relationships, and motives. So key attributes and competencies. So if you're honest, your integrity in the Army, we have, leadership, quote unquote, in an acronym. So it's like loyalty, duty, honor, respect, selfless service, integrity, and personal courage. So if you hold all those and you're willing to put somebody's life above your own, then you're a good thing for a leadership position. And it'll just test. So conclusively, the presentation has highlighted basically the overview of pre-employment testings in my organization, the legal standards that must be observed, and consequences of negating background checks, and how tests can be selected based on job and requirements of a specific role. So thank you for the opportunity, Doctor. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.